Alright, so I just wanted to go over all my settings just to make sure they were up to what you expected. So my layer height 0.03, shell thickness 0.8, bottom top thickness 0.6, fill density 20, print speed 40, printing temperature 210, which is what you said should be the max. Bed temperature 70, support type none, platform adhesion none. I'm not actually sure which one I should be using, but either way. The diameter is 2.95 and the flow rate is 100%, and we've had problems with that in the past, and at 100% when we tried to print wouldn't work, but we upped the flow rate to 135%, and then the print started working a little bit better. Advanced setting, not sure if these change anything. Nozzle size 0.3, speed 30, distance 1, initial layer thickness 0.3, layer line width 100, cut off bottom, and these are all the settings that I tried to find based off of PrinterBot's like setup that they use themselves for the PrinterBot Metal Plus. So I took their settings from their manual and inserted it into this slicer, but we're still having a few problems in getting it to go different places and a few problems with the extrusion rate, like I said. Machine settings, I've got it set to maximum width is 250, 250, and 265, and those are the settings that PrinterBot themselves had. Only got one extruder, heated bed, also what PrinterBot recommended. Build shape is square, we're using RepRap. I'm not sure what the printer head size is supposed to be. The serial port is USB because we're using the baud rate is 250,000, which is also what they recommended. And I was looking through some of PrinterBot's, like the expectations they have for what you need for like different settings and whatnot. So I went and I found this. This is what they told me to do to make sure all my settings were up to date. And at the bottom where it says bed probe offset, it says echo M212, yada yada. It says X is at 25, Y is at 0, and Z is at negative -0.4. And I found an online manual from PrinterBot that said that it should be at 20, 0, and 0. And as you can see, that is not the case. It is 5 more for the x-axis and negative -0.4 for the z-axis, and I'm not quite sure what to do with that. Also, one of the other problems we were having is when I would hit the when I connected my printer to my computer to print something, I would click the home button to home all the axes. But when I would hit home X, it would move all the way to the back, and then it would start furiously just clicking, like really bad. And I'm not quite sure what happened. Manually, I moved the printer board, not the tech board, but the print board. I moved the print board back so that it would match up, and I'm not quite sure why, but I don't think it homed correctly. So when we tried to print, I think the dimensions or the placement of the board was off for what the PrinterBot was expecting, and that caused a few problems. Not sure, that's just my theory. I fixed it so I can move it up and down now, but still not quite sure. Anyway, that's all my settings and a few of the problems I think we might have found. If you've got any advice, please let me know. Alright, so I just gave the printer the command to start printing, so I homed it first, and what we can't figure out is, one, it starts homing in the middle of the board, which is kind of confusing for us. It goes to each of the corners to try and calibrate itself. And once it reaches the third corner, it'll stop, and then it'll get started with its print. So it'll start printing, but instead of like printing in a straight line like it's supposed to, or extruding, it'll just print these little dots. And we can't figure out why. We tried fixing the z-axis, tried fixing the y-axis, the x-axis, maybe the plate was off tilted a little bit. This side might have been a little bit higher than this side, but we tried fixing that and that wasn't the case. So really we think it's a calibration problem. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the printer now because it's 7:40. But that's what happened on every single print, and we can't figure out a way to stop it. We had it going fine a little while ago, but it still won't work. This is at 100% extrusion rate. In order to get it to print relatively well. We had to up the extrusion rate to 135%, and we're kind of worried that that might cause a problem later, since it should be working fine at 100%, but it's not. Anyways, if you have any advice or just anything that could help us with this, please let us know.